Hi viewers, welcome to Shaker's Biofactory for NEET Principles of Inheritance and Variations with Pleiotropy and Lethal Genes. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notifications. Like, follow and share my videos to your students and friends to get more information in biology related to NEET and other national state level competitive exams. In this video, I am going to explain the concept of pleiotropy and lethal genes. Pleiotropy, it is a Greek term. In this, phleon, it indicates more and trophos means way, that means more than one way. According to Mendel, a specific gene located on chromosome can produce only one specific phenotypic character in living organism, but it is not true always. In some of the cases, it have been studied in which one gene may produce several side effects in the form of different phenotypic characters is referred as pleiotropy. A gene produces a major phenotypic trait, but in addition to this, that can influence some of the other phenotypic traits present in living organisms. Pleiotropy, it occurs when one gene will code and control the phenotype or expression of several different unrelated traits in a living organism. This phenomena of a single gene more genes influence more than one character, that phenomenon is known as pleiotrophism, and the genes which are responsible for this pleiotrophism are called pleiotrophic genes. Pleiotropy is also defined as the ability of a gene that having more than one effect. That means the gene located on chromosome, it can expresses different traits like trait A, trait B, trait C. It is called pleiotropy. Pleiotrophic genes, in addition to their effect, may also act as a modifier for another entirely different gene and that having more than one effect. The interrelationship present in between different metabolic pathways, it contributes to different metabolic phenotypes is the main basis for pleiotrophism. A single gene, it controls the size of starch grains and seed shape of Pisum sativum pea plant. It is the inheritance pattern of pleiotropy. In Pisum sativum, one gene controls both characters but shows a different inheritance pattern like shape of the seed, multiple traits and starch grain synthesis. Inside of starch grain, there is a incomplete dominance, but the seed shape follows law of dominance. Starch synthesis in pea plant, it is controlled by a single gene that having two alleles like capital B and small b. Along with this, these capital B and small b alleles, it controls the shape of the seed in pea plant. Starch is synthesized effectively with the help of capital B homozygotic condition. At this time, large starch grains are produced in seed after seed maturation. Because of capital B alleles, the seed shape it becomes into round. That means along with the starch synthesis, the shape of the seed also influenced by capital B alleles. Small b homozygotes, it having lesser efficiency in starch synthesis and produce smaller starch grains. After seed maturation, the shape of the seed it becomes into wrinkled. But in heterozygotic condition like capital B small b, at this time the shape of the seed it becomes into round, but B seems to be the dominant allele. But starch grain productions are intermediate because of capital B small b alleles in seeds. When we observe their inheritance pattern, during this inheritance pattern, when we conduct a cross in between large starch grain and a round shaped seeded plant with small starch grains and a wrinkle shaped seeded plant. The first the parental character is controlled by capital B allele. The second parental character is controlled by small b alleles. Both are in homozygous condition. During cross, both parents can produce only one type of gametes because of their homozygous condition. The first parent can produce only one type of gametes. All gametes are with capital B allele. Second parent can produce all gametes with small b allele. These gametes are fused to form F1 generation. In this F1 generation, only starch grain synthesis character it follows incomplete dominance, but round shape and wrinkle shaped character it follows dominance. That's why intermediate starch grain size and round shaped seeded plants are produced in F1 generation because of heterozygous condition capital B small b. By conducting a self-pollination or cross in between two F1 hybrid, the F1 hybrid, because of heterozygous condition, it can produce two types of gametes. In this, 50% of gametes are with the capital B allele and 50% of gametes are with the small b alleles. These gametes are fused to form F2 generation. In this F2 generation, the first combination it becomes into capital B. Because of homozygous dominant condition, large starch grains are synthesized in seed. After maturation, the seed shape becomes into round. The second combination, because of heterozygous condition, intermediate sized grains are synthesized in seed, but the seed shape is round. In third combination, the seed, because of heterozygous condition, intermediate starch grains are synthesized in seed, but the shape of the seed it becomes into round. The fourth combination, it is a completely homozygous recessive condition with capital small b alleles. Because of small b alleles, smaller starch grains are synthesized in seed. After seed maturation, the seed shape becomes into wrinkled. So in this way, out of four individuals, one individual having large starch grains with a round shape, two individuals having intermediate starch grains with a round shape, and one individual with a small starch grains with a wrinkled shape. Here, in this condition, the starch grain synthesis it follows incomplete dominance phenomenon because in F2 generation, two individuals having intermediate starch grains, but shape of the seed it follows law of dominance according to Mendel. When we calculate the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio, in this the phenotypic ratio it becomes into 1 is to 2 is to 1 and genotypic ratio also becomes into 1 is to 2 is to 1 because capital B small b. It is the inheritance pattern in pea plant related to starch grain synthesis and shape of the seed. It is one example for pleiotrophism. Some of the another examples for pleiotrophism. In garden pea Pisum sativum, the same gene it controls flower and seed color along with that red spot in axils of leaves. In Drosophila, the genes for white eye, it may affect the shape of the sperm storage organ in female Drosophila. In similar way, the genes for wing size also affects the nature of a balancer, eye color, fertility, longevity and remaining characters. In Drosophila, some genes for bristles, eye, and wing may also affect the number of facets in boar-eyed flies. Pleiotrophy can be observed in the multiple health issues arise from sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is an inherited disease caused due to mutation in beta globin chain of hemoglobin molecule. The rapid breakdown of red blood cells causes anemia that leads to increased lethargy and high risk of infections. Pleiotrophy occurs when a single gene affects multiple traits, hence mutation will tend to serve and affects multiple symptoms. It is responsible and reason for pleiotrophism. The clotting of a sickle cell in vessels, it causes heart attacks and brain damage also that leads to stroke and paralysis. The accumulation of blood cells in specific organs, it can lead to loss of some of the organ functioning like liver, splenic failure, kidney damage, and etc. Along with that, sometimes it causes blindness also. So, these are the multiple symptoms due to sickle cell anemia. Just one of the gene located on chromosome which can synthesize beta globin chain due to point mutation that causes sickle cell anemia. And along with the sickle cell anemia, it causes heart attacks, liver failure, and blindness. It is the best example for pleiotrophism. Pleiotrophy is most harmful because as many diseases are due to gene controlling so many traits at one time. For example, phenylketonuria is a disease caused by pleiotrophy. It is also one of the best example for pleiotrophism. The phenylketonuria is a disorder. It is caused due to deficiency of one of the enzyme called phenylalanine hydroxylase. This phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme, it is required for the conversion of phenylalanine amino acid into tyrosine. Some of the other examples for pleiotrophy like cystic fibrosis, phenylketonuria, Marfan syndrome, along with that, all lethal genes. Let us discuss lethal genes or death genes. Lethal alleles is also referred as lethal genes or lethals or the alleles that causes the death in organism when it is carried by them. That means some of the allelic combination it leads to death of organism when that allelic combination is expressed in progeny immediately it causes death. Such genes are called lethal genes and its alleles are called lethal alleles. Genes which causes death of an individual called lethal genes or death genes. Many of these which do not causes a definite lethality at this time, such condition is called semi-lethals. They are usually as a result of mutation in gene that are essential for growth or development of organism. Types of lethal genes. Lethal alleles may be dominant or recessive or conditional depending upon the gene or genes involved. Lethal genes are basically three types. In this, the first type is dominant lethal genes, second type is recessive lethal genes, third type is conditional lethal genes. Dominant lethal genes, that means the dominant lethal genes are lethal in homozygous condition, and these allelic condition produce some defective or abnormal phenotypes in heterozygous condition. Such type of genes are called lethal, dominant lethal genes. Lethal genes was first discovered by Cornett in mouse body color. The dominant lethal genes cannot be transmitted to next generation because these dominant lethal genes, if it present in an individual, such organisms will be die at earlier stage, so that there is no chance to transfer the dominant lethal genes into next generation. Yellow mice, it never shows true breeding. That means homozygous dominant allelic condition. Here it is the death gene or lethal genes. Because of homozygous dominant lethal genes, the homozygous yellow mice will be die at early embryonic stage. So that the yellow mice always it is in heterozygous condition with capital Y and small y. Brown color mice are recessive character. It always with a small y recessive homozygous condition. When we observe the inheritance pattern by conducting a cross in between two yellow color mouses, in this yellow color mouses are always in heterozygote condition. That means with a capital Y, small y. By conducting a cross in between two yellow mouses, at this time the every parent can produce two types of gametes because of heterozygous condition. At this time, 50% of gametes are with the capital Y and 50% of gametes are with the small y alleles. These gametes are fused randomly with fertilization. At this time, the first combination it becomes into homozygous dominant, that is capital Y. Because of homozygous dominant condition, it become lethal or death to yellow color mouses, so that such type of homozygous dominant allele yellow color body mouses are die. The next combination is heterozygote with yellow color body. The third combination also heterozygote with a yellow color body, and last individual it is with homozygous recessive condition and expresses brown color body because of small y alleles. The phenotypic ratio of such condition it becomes into 2:1, because out of 4 individuals only 3 are survive. In these, 2 are yellow color mouses with a heterozygote condition, one is a brown color with a homozygous recessive condition. So that the genotypic ratio also it becomes into 2:1, having capital Y alleles and small y alleles. So that due to lethal genes, the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio it modified into 2:1. One more example for lethal genes in plants. The lethal factors in case of plants were reported first in Snapdragon, it is Antirrhinum majus, by E. Bour scientist. In Snapdragon or Antirrhinum majus, the yellow color or golden color leaves are called Ivory variety, is controlled by capital G small g alleles, is a dominant trait, and green color leaves are controlled by small g alleles, it is in recessive condition. That means the golden color leaves are always in heterozygous condition with capital G small g allele. The green color leaves are always homozygous recessive condition because of small g alleles. Homozygous dominant condition, that is capital G, it become lethal. Such type of plants will be die at earlier stage, not survived. By conducting a cross in between two golden or yellow colored leaf plants with heterozygous condition, these parental individuals can produce two types of gametes. In this, 50% of gametes are with the capital G and 50% of gametes are with a small g, and gametes are fused randomly to form next generation. At this time, the first combination with golden leaves, such a golden leaves are expressed with homozygous condition like capital G, it become lethal so that such plants are die at earlier stage, not survived. The next combination is golden leaves are expressed with heterozygous capital G small g alleles. The next individual also having golden color leaves with the capital G small g heterozygous condition. The last individual with the green leaves having small g homozygous recessive condition. So in such case also the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio it becomes into 2:1, because golden leaves or plants are with 2 number, green color leaves plants are with 1 number. So the genotypic ratio also it becomes into 2:1, because capital G is to small g are with 2 and 1. It is one of the example for lethal genes in plants. Coming to second types, recessive lethal genes. The recessive lethal genes produces lethal effect only in homozygous condition. Their heterozygotes are normal. Recessive lethal genes are carried in heterozygous condition. Example for this, the Tay-Sachs disease is one of the example for recessive lethal genes. In this disease, accumulation of fat in nerve sheath hampers transmission of nerve impulse, leads to poor muscular control and mental deficiency. That means Tay-Sachs disease is a rare inherited disorder. It causes due to too much of fat substance to build up in tissues and nerve cells of the brain, is one of the example for recessive lethal genes. Some of the another examples for recessive lethal genes includes cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and achondroplasia. The third type is conditional lethal genes. The genes which may be normal due to in individual but in a particular environment only may prove to lethal when the environment is changed. Such genes are called conditional lethal genes. That means in certain conditions only the gene combination it become lethal, and in such condition the organism will be die, is called conditional lethal genes. Lethal genes are present in four categories. First category is early onset. In this, lethal alleles which result in death of an organism at earlier embryonic stage is called early set. That means at the initial stages only these lethal gene cause death, called early onset. The second category is late onset. Lethal alleles which kills organism at their final stages of life. These are normally present in every individual. After getting certain age, these lethal genes will be activated and causes death at the final stage of an organism. The third category, conditional lethal genes. Lethal genes which kills organisms under certain environmental conditions only. For example, temperature sensitive genes. So in organism, the temperature sensitive genes, these are activated when the surrounding temperature it become high or low. In such condition, that lethal genes it will be activated and causes diseases. The fourth category is semi-lethal. It is the special case of lethal genes. In these lethal alleles which kills only some organism under of the population but not all organism is called semi-lethal. In this way, lethal genes are present in four different categories. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe my channel, like and share my videos to your students and friends.